Okay, she's gonna jump at me. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. I just want to pet you. It's so weird. And she always gets this really, really beautiful pearling color on her. Like her base becomes darker, so her pearls seem brighter by comparison. She's really looking at me, and I always try to reward her after that, because I'm definitely invading her space, and she might bite me. Because I'm looking through the camera right now, so. But this is definitely the most gorgeous she gets. Look at the pearls. Oh man. Just look at the pearls. What a fish. Like, while I wish that the red was brighter, honestly, I'm not upset. Look at those pearls. Probably not true pearls. Like what Star has are probably closer to true pearls, in that they're bluer. Come on, Star, turn, yeah. But even those aren't like super high quality pearls. But Flower, she's spooked. All right, my Flower. I'm not even gonna dream of. Oh, she's back out. I'm not even gonna dream of trying anything like that with Star for a long time, and let him pack on some size and get used to me, get comfortable with the feeding regimen, that kind of thing. Oh, back to Flower. But yeah, that's some footage of me trying to pet my fish, because when you want a dog but can't have one, you make the most of what you can have. That being said, she's gorgeous. Like, I just love. Will she let me point? She won't let me point. She's gonna react to me no matter what I do, either positively or negatively. Ooh, she bit me. But this flower, like I don't want to call it a flower under her eye, but the black marking surrounded by like the blue purling around her eye, I love those. Absolutely love those. Those are just super stunning. She's just such a pretty fish. And I don't think I've ever put this much effort into caring for any individual fish before in my life. Like, for a huge tank, maybe, but daily water changes, nah. I did daily water changes on this tank back in its infancy, but even then, that was a lot of work. Let me not kid myself, but I didn't feed him like I fed this tank. Like, this tank gets live food practically every day now. I have red wigglers worms, red worms that are also called red wigglers. She had super worms, mealworms, although when I first bought her, I bought mealworms because she was too small for super worms. And I think that's really funny now, because now she's too big for mealworms. Like, they're just a snack for her now. But Star over here, I only feed him mealworms because I'm just afraid to feed him a full super worm. But yeah, and Flower's gargantuan. That gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous patterning. Like, probably wouldn't breed her, but just take a moment. Anybody who would dare call this fish ugly is obviously blind. People like the purples and the, I guess, where there's no way this is gonna work out perfectly, but come on. Yeah, people like this fish, which looks a lot better in the light, but there's no way I'm gonna actually get her to go into the light, because fish never want to do what you want them to do when you want them to do it. But like, this fish is really colorful. And then these fish down here, super colorful. And even Star is like pretty colorful with the red base. Like, the camera isn't picking it up perfectly, but it's pretty well with like the red base, the black, like, I guess I'd call them flowers, I don't know, the black markings, and then the blue purling around him, even though he has little white spots of ick, which makes it kind of unnerving in that I want to maintain biosecurity. You know, I have to do water change on Flower, complete water changes, and drain, and then refill, and then only then can I go to Star. and do a drain and refill, which is just annoying, but I don't mind. But yeah, she's not colorful in that sense, or pretty by those standards, but in that she is a gorgeous specimen, just physically perfect. Like, look at her dorsal fin. In all my years of fish keeping, I've had all kinds of tears and deformities in dorsal fins and caudal fins and whatever, but this fish is just immaculate as far as that's concerned. She has never seen a fight in her life. It looks like she's been raised in the best conditions, in mint conditions. Like, the only thing that I think anybody could criticize me on is the size of the tank. And of course, it's a 10-gallon tank. It's not massive. And for a flowerhorn, for her entire life, it would be utterly unacceptable. I would be a monster. But for 2 reasons, I think it's acceptable. Well, actually 3. For one, I'm in college. It's probably the weakest reason. In that I could have waited until after college, or at least till the summer, to get a flowerhorn, but I couldn't because of reasons. I'm impulsive, for one. But second reason, I think that there are people that keep flowerhorns and other big cichlids and other big fish in much bigger tanks, but the fish do not get nearly as good care as Flower's getting here. She gets 50% water changes every single day. She gets all the live food she could possibly ask for, plus of course cichlid staple, cichlid gold Hikari pellets. Remember one time I fed her, or like a week, I fed her cucumbers on 2 days out of a week. She ate them the first day, but didn't really like them the second day. But I'm gonna try them again this coming week. Yeah, water changes daily. Of course, double filtration. She gets a 20-gallon filter on a 10-gallon tank. She gets decor, which not a lot of flowerhorns get. Yeah, she's pampered as far as flowerhorns and fish really are concerned. And the same kind of arguments, I guess, can be made for the red Texas. And this is a 12-inch cube, so 7 and some change gallon tank. And a red Texas, full life, of course, not going to do well. 7-gallon tank. Like, few fish would spend their entire lives happily in a 7-gallon tank. And I'd never do that to any fish, save maybe a beta. Yeah, I'd probably let a beta live out his full life in this tank. But again, like, I probably wouldn't, because I gave a beta, actually 4 betas total have been through, actually no, more. Gave a lot of betas a lot of space in a 55 and a 75. So yeah, I do try to give more space rather than less space, but I think that his grow out tanks, these tanks are like perfect. They're smaller, and I think that smaller is better because it means that I can do a water change of less water and take out more pollutants in like a short amount of time, which I think is better for the fish. So 1, I'm in college. 2, she's pampered. And 3, I think that it makes for a more personable fish. I think that a humongous tank is just really, really crappy. That wasn't the original third reason. The original third reason is because it's temporary. So when she hasn't outgrown this tank. Like, to be honest, she has not outgrown this tank. She's probably the perfect size for this tank right now. But when she gets older, in about a month, I'm gonna put her in probably a 20-gallon, probably this 20-gallon, because I have to take it down anyway to get it out of my dorm. But probably this 20-gallon, I'll put maybe a 29-gallon, maybe a different 20-gallon than I have. But she's definitely gonna get an upgrade in tank size. So yeah, that's what's going on, and that's why I don't mind. So I don't mind keeping a flowerhorn in a 10-gallon tank. And of course, she's not even a male, so she's not going to reach a max adult size like a male would. The glare is awful, but the fish is so worth it. That's why I like bigger fish. They're a lot more personable. You know, they don't shy away from the camera. Honestly, if this camera was a fish, she'd definitely want to fight it. This phone is like pretty big, like a little bit bigger than her, I'd say, yeah. But if it were a fish this same size, she would definitely tear it to pieces, or at least try to. Super duper beautiful fish. Not high quality objectively, but in my book she's high quality. Top notch, grade A. 100 proof. Probably my favorite fish right now. Yeah, that's Flower. Let me try one more time to pet her. Whenever I put my hand above the tank, she thinks it's feeding time. So, like, if I put my pinky, she always goes for my pinky or my thumb to try to bite. So, autofocus, maybe. Yeah, so let's see if she'll let me pet her this time. Or she'll bite me. Yeah, she's not in the petting mood. Oh. Yeah. Okay, time for a reward. And then end the video. Do this with one hand because why not? Okay, now for the reward. Oh, well, it came out, but she saw it was in my hand. I need to associate my hand with good things, good tidings, whatever. Associate that attempted petting time with good times, good tidings, and a reward. So that later on, when I continue to try this, because I've seen people pet their fish, and I think that'd be pretty cool. So I'm gonna continue with that with Flower, and that's one beauty of keeping a fish, that you're not really worried about looking her best, because she definitely looks her best, and she's definitely a gorgeous fish. But if this were like a show quality red Texas or show quality flowerhorn, I'd be afraid to do anything that could potentially stress it out or affect its color in any way. Not that I want to stress Flower out at all. I believe first and foremost that it gives her some enrichment in her life, so that she's not just sitting in a fish tank. Although now that she has her neighbor, I don't think she'll ever be bored. But it offers enrichment and stimulation, but also she's super aggressive, and if anything, I am far more at risk than she is when I put my hand in the tank, and I think she knows that. She knows that this is her tank. That's this little rock/wood complex is her home, and no one is going to change that. Alright. This video's been more than long enough.